partly why the freelancing wasn't working out is because I don't know exactly what I want. I just suddenly realized I was like, what the fuck else am I capable of or interested in?
Welcome to Dinner with Taryn, a podcast that feels like a dinner party where creatives and entrepreneurs discuss the real stories behind their work. I'm Taryn, your host, here to uncover those stories. And I hope that my guests and my listeners leave inspired by the sparks and the little moments of discovery that unfold around this table. So pull up a chair. Dinner's ready.
Hey. Can I eat?
Yeah. We could
5 minutes, please. Wait, why am I getting this for the first time right now? Was this hard to make?
Not at all. It was hard to make while we were trying to figure out how to produce this. So
It was so good. What did you put in it?
I did a mix of sweet and spicy Italian sausage
Okay.
and a lemon marinara sauce.
The sausage is good.
That's really good. I got it from Foster's Auntie down the street. Shout out.
Mhm.
And then I did,
Us.
yes, sponsor has. And then I did this brand. I think it's called Sauce. But probably called Sauce with a Z. But it's a lemon marinara. It's really good.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And then I added a can of marinara sauce.
Oh, and we have an extra guest today.
Hello.
Do you want to say hi? Is Ween.
This is the Ween.
He will be a guest star.
He's the therapy
He's
dog.
also hungry.
He's the therapy dog. Hi, bud.
I'm going to say hello to your fans.
Yeah.
You have many.
He's like, what's been going on tonight? What is...
I don't know either. We're just going along for the ride.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you.
Obviously, means more than you know, and I know you know that. As many people will figure out very quickly, you are my brother. So this will be a conversation we've had, but
Right.
could be discovery in it, which will be kind of cool.
Cheers.
Cheers to so much to come and the beginning of whatever this is.
Whatever the fuck we're doing, stay tuned. Pilot.
It's the pilot, or
Season 1 pilot.
it will never see the light of day.
Also stay tuned.
Also, stay tuned. Or was
It's a
that
first for everything.
There's a first for everything. So, what are we eating tonight? Do you want to tell the fans what you told me your favorite food was? Or not even your favorite food. This was just me going out to the grocery store and you said you wanted this.
I just feel like you can never go wrong with a penne alla vodka.
Yeah.
To me, it's timeless. You're going to be distracting. No. Do we need to put you in the crate? Look at that. Okay, I think we have to.
I think we have to.
Where were we? Yeah, penne alla vodka. It's what I wanted.
Gorge.
Taryn makes lots of good pastas for us, but this you haven't made. At least not for me.
No. And we just started living together, for those that don't know, 4 months ago, 4.5 months. That's actually crazy.
Time is but a construct because it feels like longer, no? Not in a bad way. I was just like, what?
No, it is weird. I thought about it the other day. I was like, time is really flying.
I have moments thinking about what I was doing 6 months ago, and it feels like an entirely different year in person.
That's a topic in and of itself.
It's kind of weird. I feel like as you get older, time feels slower. Isn't that what they say, though?
It does, but it feels faster. I feel like it kind of goes like this. Like all of a sudden you feel like you blinked and it was 6 months. But at the same time, it does feel like it goes slow at times, especially when you're not where you want to be.
Like I was in a banana yellow costume in ballet shoes, with the trumpet on my hat, doing ballet 6 months, not even 6 months ago.
Yeah. And now you're 9 to 5.
And now I'm a 9 to 5 corporate girly under fluorescent lights, and I need a visor. Or some sort of protection, eyewear protection to get to it.
A little blue light lens.
No, that doesn't do shit. It's all a scam. Don't buy them. I think I spent $200 on my blue light glasses.
Yeah, sounds right. All for the aesthetic. Okay, well, let's backtrack, my brother.
Okay.
Do you want to share essentially who you are? It doesn't need to be deep, but kind of what got you here. And a little bit like, honestly, where do you feel like the last 6 months has shaped up to be? So we can get people to the present right now. We'll dive into all this stuff, don't you worry.
So we're talking last 6 months.
Yeah, just to share people, like, so people know who you are and what you're doing.
6 months ago would have been, I had no job.
You were freelancing.
I was freelancing. Speaking of, I took that job in Carolina Ballet because it came up. I was doing videography for my friend who's a choreographer, and they needed a dancer, and Carolina Ballet has ties to Balanchine City Ballet. So I think the ballet that we were doing at the time I had already done. And it was one of those things I'm like, I can't say no. And it was a good offer, and I was going anyways. So it was one of those things in life where I really, since leaving City Ballet almost 3 years ago, this January,
That's crazy.
I took all the autonomy back and said no to the things that didn't feel authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this past January, it was one of those times where I kind of had to let go of the autonomy a little bit to find some sort of like give financially. Not that it was a terrible thing or it was like pulling teeth. It was just not necessarily something I thought I'd be doing in the new year.
Which essentially is freelance. So share with everybody, you are obviously teed up that you're a dancer, that you were part of City Ballet. Those that don't know, City Ballet is New York City Ballet, which is very well known. So this is not a casual thing that my brother came out of, but he has been freelancing since he said he left the ballet. So elaborate too. I mean, you're a dancer by nature, but what were you doing freelancing the last couple of years?
I was getting into more of being on the other side of things. So exploring teaching, and I've always had an instinct for creation, but trying to understand what that is for myself in the most authentic avenue. Because just because you can do something, anyone could choreograph.
Totally.
But I think anyone who danced or was a professional in their field you could say they can teach as well, but doesn't necessarily mean it lights you up.
Did you feel like you had to? Like, do you think it's pretty common when people leave a prestigious dance job like you had? It's pretty common to go into being a choreographer. Is that like the natural thing? Because that's the first thing you mentioned, essentially.
It is like a very common thread and trajectory. If you ease off dancing and you want to stay connected to dance, there's not a ton of things you can do. You can go into the more business side of it. You could teach or you choreograph.
Commercial too, but not from your route. Would you say?
What do you mean commercial?
Commercial dance.
Well, I think it's the same trajectory for any style of dance.
Big role.
Some people pivot, go to Broadway. Ironically, when I started all of this 15 years ago, I wanted to be a commercial dancer. And sometimes I wonder if I pursued that, if I would still be dancing.
I don't know if we've talked about that or I just forget.
I don't know. It's interesting because now in the recent years, I've become kind of obsessed with like
you have
popular culture, pop music.
We're a pop girly in
pop
here.
Artists. And obviously commercial dance has close ties and relations to that. And so I think that passion in me that's grown in recent years, having that connection with my profession in dance maybe would have kept me in it longer.
Totally. It makes sense.
I'm not the girly listening to Tchaikovsky on my way to work.
And who is that?
I don't really.
Our listeners.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I don't know her. I'm not her, but no judgment, but I don't feel this inclination to move my body when I hear most classical music.
Got it. Classical for everyone that doesn't know, because I didn't know what that meant.
Tchaikovsky, yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Classical.
Huge classical composer. A lot of Balanchine works. We're in collaboration with Tchaikovsky.
And also backtracking quickly, Balanchine is the style of dance that
Is
New York City.
Yeah,
Ballet.
New York City Ballet coded.
Love it.
Like a language, you could say,
Love
of
it. Okay.
dance.
So jumping back into it, so essentially you were saying, obviously, if you would have done commercial dance, you probably would have stayed in it longer. Backtracking a little bit, we were talking about the fact that when you left dance, I was asking you the question of, did you feel like you had to go into the choreographic route because that was the natural thing to do? Essentially in both fields, both commercial and a little bit more theater based, if you would call what you came from.
Yeah.
And so you were doing a little bit of that. And then what else were you doing freelance wise when you left?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of that, a little teaching, which I think I have a way of being able to articulate my perception and understanding and everything I've gained over the years, but doesn't mean I feel like on a soul level this instinct with children in that space.
Totally. And choreograph
And that's
children.
honestly half of it. Is having like a knack for children, and that's something you can't force, and I don't necessarily feel like I have that.
Yeah.
I love like a teenager who can I can riff with and they can apply a correction really fast, but trying to teach a younger child to literally dance from scratch is kind of what it feels like.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for people who can do that, and I quickly learned that's not me.
Yeah. Because essentially you were choreographing at a studio which has young kids. That's part one. Part one is choreographing kids that are coming up in dance, for those that don't know. Part two is choreographing for works and pieces and for things that are already established, dancers that are already established. Correct? Would those be the two different avenues? We're not talking corporate at the moment.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, students and professionals.
And you just did the students route.
Yes. Yeah, and I quickly learned that wasn't necessarily for me, and especially because at that age, there's lots of things you have to kind of cater to. I guess you could say that about a professional landscape too. There are always certain things you have to prioritize. But I don't think I was creating in the ways that I want to because of the space, and that's okay. Nor do I feel like with choreography, and honestly, this is kind of an overarching thing and something in me understanding my place as a creative, I don't feel like I have a ton to say. And so I don't want to pull shit out or exploit things or indulge in things just for the sake of trying to make something that seems deep or, I'm a privileged white boy from Colorado. Not that I don't have struggles, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're seeing the facts for sure.
So it's why I think as a creator, I love things that create sensation in the experience and give you a sense of an emotion and a visual sensation. But I don't necessarily need to create with this, always this greater narrative feeling it. I think I am such just a visual person that I don't want to say I want to create patterns or compositions, but it's a little bit more abstract in what I'm after.
Yeah.
So that was also part of my journey in understanding that I don't have a ton to say, but I do know I have a creative inclination. And sometimes that's supporting other people's voices. And sometimes that's just creating something abstract within my visual perspectives.
Totally.
I guess.
No, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And so I would like to unpack that a little bit more essentially, but versus you were exploring the different ways to make money in your craft, which we were talking about. One is choreography, and that leads into the more corporate professional route that I was mentioning earlier, which is movement direction. So you started to, I'm going to backtrack, and this is going to be different in most conversations because I have all the context.
True.
What got you into your first movement direction job? And what was it again? Do you remember?
It was, I actually think the night of my retirement. That's what you say. You don't say that in any other, if you're like in your 20s and leaving something, you don't say like retirement, but in the ballet,
You do. Because it is a
you
big
could be
deal.
23 and be leaving, and we're calling it retirement. So after the night of my retirement, there's this guy who's a close supporter of the institution and started a magazine.
Okay.
And he was around afterwards. I think we were at somewhere nearby the theater. And I don't even know how the conversation sparked or how it came up, but he mentioned having me on to do movement direction for something for the magazine. And, we're out, we're drinking. It's like after a show. I didn't think, when someone says something like that, you're like, oh, it's just in the moment. Like it's not.
Really?
But he reached out, I think, pretty shortly after. And it was an interview about kind of my experience and where I'm going and my approach to movement direction in relation to supporting a photographer. And so it was an interview kind of based off of my transition from leaving City Ballet / paired with this editorial for the magazine. And that was a really fun note to start on and kind of unrealistic, because editorials are really fun and they're more seen as like passion projects. There's not really any money involved. So it was a really creative day, and the photographer and production team and everyone involved was super collaborative. And I felt like I was like on a playground. I even remember the producer being like, you look like you're having fun. I'm like, yeah. So it was just a good culmination of people and creatives. And I kind of thought that would set something into motion, or momentum, I should say. But movement directors are still pretty niche. It is definitely, you're seeing it more and more. And I think people are valuing the role more than ever.
Oh, yeah.
Especially after I'm spacing right now. After Margella.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Of course we do.
That, I think, not that movement direction, I think, has been a big thing in the last 10 years, I would want to say. But after that, I think the sense of storytelling it creates became very evident. And how that also sets apart. Like, there's so many fashion weeks and seasons, and it's just like
in content
wheel.
We're so inundated with content that the only way to differentiate it is through emotion and movement. I'll jump ahead and say that. Yeah. I know that you know that well. So
True.
That's standing out more than ever.
There is a lot of jobs in movement direction, but at the same time, it's extremely niche still.
Yeah.
And I think once you're in it, you're used and you're like
totally
riding the wave of it. And I thought maybe that would initiate some sort of momentum, but it didn't. And I had a couple more after that with the same production company.
That's right.
Who I love and remember.
Shout out. We won't say you because we haven't gotten your permission, but
love you. Love the tote bag. You know who you are.
I love it.
And yeah, I honestly love doing it. I had a lot of good feedback that I was just my energy in that position, whether I was directing them or not, was just really impactful. And I felt that. I felt like very, especially if I was in an environment where it was collaborative, if I had the cinematographer being like, what do you think of this shot?
Totally.
And that was cool for me because that's what I seek. But
yeah,
I would love to be doing that full time.
Ooh, first spark of the night.
I guess I couldn't say I want to do anything full time because your brother and
I know
I like to do many things, but I would be happily doing more of that. But it's not something you can force.
No, of course not.
And I reached out to places trying to see if I could get some representation, but that's not really quite a thing for movement directors yet.
No, especially because they're essentially a role on the production.
And the thing is with it too is any dancer can say they're a movement director.
Yeah.
So
do it, but that's not true deep down.
Yes, but
they can claim.
I hate to say it like this because I think it's so pretentious, but muggles, non-dancers. I don't say that, but some people say that.
Oh, jeez.
It's awful, no?
Awful. You've never told me that. Muggles?
People have used that.
Wow.
to refer to non-dancers. This is why sometimes dance, she's like so gross.
Like so many things though. It's like yeah, okay.
Anyways, non-dancers will see any person who dances as there's some level of physical intelligence.
Totally. Which is true.
It is true, but
Yes.
that doesn't mean someone can articulate and translate that.
No. And I know that to be true because I've seen it personally.
Yes, and I have, people I know who it's just so evident when that's its own skill set.
Yeah, totally.
But I don't know where I was going with that.
It's okay. I've been following you. So
Because that's your job. That's good.
So we were talking about you getting into movement direction. And honestly,
Oh, bro.
he cleaned his plate. I clearly am way too engaged in the conversation, but we'll catch up.
It's okay. I can eat it.
Yeah, you can. Movement direction was an interesting avenue. I know it sounds like you take, I know that personally because we are so close. Something that.
Is the camera recording? Could you imagine? I'm just checking.
It's okay. It's part of the bet.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Fired.
No longer my director.
Who would it be then, Bean? She needs me.
Fucking true. I'm gonna spit on my food.
I feel like a new human. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
The power of food.
Thank you for sitting. For all of you, this was a quick side note. This took us hours, which is normal, to figure out. More than we thought we were going to take. So we're here and we did not eat enough today.
I've had one meal.
We're terrible. Do not follow our path.
And it's not because I was a ballet dancer. I love food.
Let's caveat
that. It's not like something I'm proud of. I just don't have enough groceries.
No.
And I woke up at 12.
Yeah, we don't plan well here. The problem is me and we're the same. We slept till 12 and we ate at 2.
That's what weekends are for.
That's true. Back on track. Movement direction, something else that sparked. So we had choreography, movement direction. You were also freelance dancing. We mentioned the costumes earlier. Movement direction, I want to talk on a little bit more. I'm going to tee up this combo because I was a part of it. You realized that it clearly brought you joy. You were on these sets. You're like, shit, I have a knack for this.
Mm-hmm.
And your first movement-based short film sparked in your head. You're like, we're going to reveal that again. Yeah, we're going to talk about it because it's part of your journey.
Yeah.
I think people need to know about it.
What do you want to know?
What do we want to know? Okay, so the idea sparked in your brain. Had you been teeing up? Teeing with T. Had you been teeing up the fact that you wanted to, like you were craving an idea, essentially? There's 2 avenues I'm thinking here. One, you were craving being a movement director on your own and figuring out what that felt like. Because also we can backtrack a little bit. Sorry, squad. But you also have been behind the camera. So he had 3 different avenues that he was taking post New York City Ballet. We were choreographing, we were movement directing, and we're also behind the camera doing both still and video content.
Mm-hmm.
We can get into that because that's obviously part of your story, but we're on movement direction now. So you were behind the camera. You obviously had a knack for it. We can talk about that in a second. But then there was a moment where you either were like, I want to create a movement-based film, and then desire kind of like almost was, you're like, I'm going to come up with something, and it came to you. Or desire came to you, and then you're like, oh shit, okay, like how do I have this come to life? Maybe I am the movement director of it. Does that make sense? Where you essentially, is it the idea that came first, the role that came first?
Definitely the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I like dreamed up the idea. I think as everyone can say, I have many ideas.
Especially creatives.
Yes.
That have the snack.
People ask what I do on a flight, and I sit there, listen to music, and daydream.
That
sounds super cheesy, but it's also like,
that's real.
I'm kind of uncomfortable. My ass is numb.
Totally.
And I'm like hungry half the time. So I just kind of need to like be in another planet.
Totally. Do you still do that now?
Oh yeah. It's actually a very productive time for me. No Wi-Fi, can't be scrolling.
Yeah.
So the idea also came through.
Also, I'm backtracking real fast. You're talking about being on an airplane, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I just was hallucinating or you were clear. Because that's you're going, no Wi-Fi.
Did I not say that?
I don't know if you said that, but if you did, we'll know after this. I also have witnessed you in this moment on an airplane, and it's kind of
I think specifically for this
desire. Yeah. We were flying out together, but so for this, desire came to be.
I was going through a breakup at the time, / had like a spiritual revelation about like a reading I had, a spiritual book I had read at that era of my life, and kind of this idea for the film, which now feels so far away, and I'm kind of like, wait, what was it about?
My God, that's crazy. Can we talk about being a creative and getting your own creations? Crazy.
No, I remember when I
So you remember, but
it's just have a cocktail on me now. But
love that.
I think I needed to do that for 2 reasons. I needed to create something a little bit bigger than my own means. For years, I've created on my iPhone, and I posted on my social media. But I felt like not that that's essentially what happened here, but I needed to kind of push the envelope a little bit just to see what it felt like, what I was capable of, what we were capable of, kind of on our own, and just to put myself in that hat, the director's hat or seat or whatever you want to call it. And I love it. And as much as that film doesn't really resonate now for me, or I don't connect with it like I did in that moment in time, which is normal, I'm grateful for what that opportunity did, and that I made that opportunity for myself.
Yeah.
And I say it to this day, I'm so impressed with people who get shit done in terms of production and projects like that, because I think that was my experience of understanding like how much goes into it and how much money you need, and that it really is. We had a small team, and it's something I relied on my collaborators for, but I think even then you realize you need more people and you need more of a community to really accomplish kind of what you really dream of in your head.
Of course.
Which is exciting because that's what I seek, and it's not something you can force, but it was definitely like enlightening to what it could continue to grow into.
Yeah. No, it was probably one of those moments where you're like, okay, like even if it's not something that you necessarily resonate with now, you had an idea and you made it happen. So you know that that's possible, that you can make something happen by putting yourself out there. I think I remember, because I was a part of it, there's a vulnerable moment of actually like admitting that you have an idea that you want to do, and that you do require the resources to make it happen. Because especially in the dance world, especially in the creative and the art space, we don't have the resources at our disposal. We don't have brand budgets. We don't have corporate backings. Like, it's just, and what people don't know is it costs a lot of fucking money to make things happen. So essentially, to do what you want to do, what other people want to do, requires a lot. And for you to be able to put yourself out there and say, hey, I need the help to do so. This is my idea. I'm putting essentially my like heart literally on the table. Like, this is my dream. And to do it. Show something. But I know that caused a lot of vulnerability in you to make this project happen.
Yeah, I feel like even releasing it, I've never struggled with releasing things. I don't know why.
What was the hardest part of that process then, do you think? What was the biggest takeaway from the process, actually, if we want to go there?
The hardest part is asking for funding.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to, because I sensed that was the hardest part.
Because, especially in the beginning, especially because these people, or just people see me as a dancer. So when I'm trying to say I'm doing this, and I don't have really credibility, It's weird and it's uncomfortable, but I learned that I don't know. I think it's actually really admirable when you put your work out there and you ask people, even if you don't get what you hope to receive in return, like to back the work. I think it's, I see artists who do that.
Yeah.
You know, if I had the means, I would. Well, I even see going to a friend's show as investing in people's work and
Of course.
investing in the arts institution or whatever. I think it's what you give is what you get back. And I think with desire too is like, regardless of the scale of the production or whatever we want to call it, it was important for everyone to get paid.
Yeah, which I admired that you did that.
And yeah, was valued for what they contributed. And I think that's something that no matter what scale of the organization or whatever it is, that like that mutual respect amongst us kind of sets the tone we ask for and respect from outsiders.
100%. You felt it. I felt it. For those who don't know, I was a producer on it, but I think. But we had a very small team. We just had a cinematographer. My brother was director. I was the producer. And we had a gorgeous dancer. And yeah, it was small. It was mighty. And to your point, it didn't go as far as you probably initially dreamed it to be, but that wasn't the point. I think that's the craziest thing about art and putting yourself out there. Anything, doing it, even what we're doing right now. You don't know what it's going to do, who it's going to impact, what it's going to do in the long haul. You just got to do it because you feel this innate spark to do so. I am getting ahead of myself. Okay, let's backtrack real quickly to your now. What are you doing now? Do you want to share with everybody?
I am currently a digital marketing and design manager for an arts organization.
Corporate title.
Well, it's not really corporate.
It's not corporate, but it's title.
Corporate fantasy.
It is for sure your corporate fantasy.
And it feels really good.
I know. And all that don't know is that John's sister, myself, and our other sister, Lexi, shout out, very big corporate girlies. So to see our brother even enter into a 9-to-5 has been thoroughly entertaining. And he's killed it. And he's approached it with the utmost professionalism. And I admire the shit out of you. What were you... Okay, so share with everybody. We obviously now know you're freelancing, a little bit of what you did. What made you decide to go this route? Because there's two, I like to say, actually, I'm going to shout out my friend Shelby. She said this once, so I'm not going to take claim on this. She said that essentially when you're going after your dreams, there's 3 different avenues to take. Avenue 1, you work a 9-to-5, and on the side, you do your passion. Avenue 2, you burn all the bridges. You literally dive in full steam ahead, maybe go into debt. Do what you got to do, but you fucking make it happen. Option 3, you have all the resources in the world. You're wealthy. And you can take the risk. Most of us don't have option 3. Unfortunately, we're in the world we're in. So we'll get into it in a second, what you really want to do in life. But you do have to make a choice to survive. It's 2025 in America.
Cheers.
Cheers. God bless.
Heaven.
Fucking heaven.
She's heaven out here.
Oh, let's take a second. We are not naive on this podcast to what's going on in the world. I hope you all know that. But backtracking. So essentially, we're looking at those 3 roads. You were freelancing. You were essentially on road 2, but it was hard. Road 2 is hard. I'm potentially embarking on road 2 right now, but road 2 is fucking hard.
Road 2 is where you just like balls to the wall.
Yes. You fully risk it.
Yeah.
And you did, and you tried, and I am so proud of you as a sister. You got to a point where you were like, okay, I got to figure out if I fully, and there's a world in which you were kind of like teetering, right? You were like, do I keep doing this? Do I need to like dive in even further than I'm diving? Or do I need to find a little stability and make what is sparking me about all those different avenues that you were exploring when you're freelancing, make that be your side thing until you really figure out what that career looks like? Because you are also young. And we've reminded you of that a lot. Like, you are young and you have a lot of career ahead of you. So what I'm speaking for you because I know you way too well. Pause. What made you decide to try to get this full-time job? And this full-time job, how did you get into it?
I love it. I think partly why the freelancing wasn't working out is because I don't know exactly what I want.
Great perspective. Makes sense.
And I'm not ashamed of saying that.
I'm proud of you for saying it.
I don't think anyone should be at any point in their life. I think for a long time I did have a very specific goal.
What was that?
Professional dancer.
Yeah, stuff. Okay. I just didn't know if it was
No,
I don't know if it was one of the ones in between goals. Okay, great. That goal.
Yeah, since the time I was 10 years old, it was crystal clear.
Yes.
Didn't know in what way, but I knew I was going to be a professional.
Totally.
Did not think that would mean professional ballet dancer.
That's a whole other podcast, people.
No, I thought I was going to be like on So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh my God.
May she rest in peace.
May she fucking rest in peace. Oh yeah, that's a whole thing.
I can't even picture that, but that was the little baby boy dream.
Little baby boy.
That was the dream. And honestly, probably most dancers at that time's dream.
Yeah.
Because it was like circa 2012. It was
the prime.
It was the best.
Oh, you think you can dance?
So, even with like little dreams and goals, I think whenever it clicked into place, I don't want to sound like a fucking bitch, but when the goal was clear, I more often than not was able to like go after and get it because it was crystal clear, and I knew how to apply myself to get there.
Yeah, and you were also young, but you were disciplined, even though you might not believe it.
Capricorn baby.
Capricorn baby. For those who also don't know, a tidbit I will throw out is that my brother moved to New York at 15 and got into the ballet at age 17. So we had our mission one assignment out of
the ballet though.
That's a whole other thing for sure.
That's another podcast.
That's another podcast. But the mission one became very clear very young too. That's a caveat to all this.
Yeah. And I think and this is like an overarching theme, because that was so clear, it then neglected discovery of other parts of myself and life.
Totally.
Which then I felt like in my 20s, which is a time regardless to explore and discover, but it felt like even tenfold. I felt like I was almost in like the years of high school in terms of discovery, because when the pandemic struck, something switched in me, and I knew I was like slowly detaching from the identification of dancer. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I just suddenly realized, I was like, what the fuck else am I capable of or interested in?
Mm-hmm. The identity was almost too consumed in one.
It was just like
one avenue.
So tunnel vision, and I'm not alone in that. And it's not just with dancers, but
professional
can be athletes,
totally,
or anyone.
Yeah, for real.
I think dance is very conducive for that kind of relationship with it, because it's
all consuming body and mind, but body, you've told me that the other day. Body.
Yada yada yada.
Body yada yada is in it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to detach from that.
And I think dance can be a team thing in certain ways.
Totally.
But for most routes, it feels very like self-indulgent. And I don't mean that in necessarily always a negative way, but it is very much like me. How can I get this opportunity? How can I be in this environment? How can I work with this person? How can I get into this school? How can I? It's just like, and it's
makes sense.
I think it really reveals itself quite quickly once you're like on that roller coaster, what your intentions are.
Yeah, that's so real. And the pandemic probably, it's so fascinating. Do you think if the pandemic didn't happen, you would have gotten there as quickly?
I felt it creeping up in 2019.
Mm.
But I also had new things in my life happening that could have contributed
Oh, yeah.
to a shift of,
Yeah.
when you're 19 years old, it's like
We're living and we're loving.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I don't want to put it all on the timing of that because it was a perfect storm. I know everyone had a different experience, all hard, but I was becoming an adult when this cosmic shift happened. And I say becoming adult, like it's not definite. It's like an ongoing. We're all becoming adults,
Literally dead.
Yeah. Cheers.
Literally. Cheers to adulthood.
It's really fun.
So much fun.
I love it.
I love it.
Yes. And that's why I said the thing of like the freelance wasn't working out because my goals weren't clear. And I know that when my goals are crystal clear, and I mean like I want this job title in this company, or I want to do this with this person, and I want to create when it's specific. When the visualization is crystal
You make it
clear,
happen.
I know, and I'm not just saying this about myself. I know like anyone who's crystal clear in their intentions can get there. And so I lost that.
Yeah.
And so I'm in a period since the pandemic of just complete exploration. And when I left City Ballet, that was the freelancing in all these different ways, which was really impactful. But I wasn't able to survive.
Yeah.
And it's a dichotomy where I made an authentic decision and I felt really happy in that decision and it was authentic, but then it's like I'm struggling to just like pay rent, which is like a basic human thing that everyone should be able to do.
Take care of yourself.
So basically, I think this need for survival got to the point where like I couldn't breathe and like I couldn't keep my head above water to even figure out exactly what I'm after because there was no oxygen. Like you have to be able to like survive and then and I'm not saying that like someone probably could have figured out. I'm not that person and you can't compare. And that's the problem with the world we're in right now is you're like, how is that person accomplishing all of that?
100%. How are they?
We don't know everything that goes into it. We don't see what's really going on. But there was times where I was defeated and I was like, why can't I figure this out? And I don't even think I think probably our mom probably knows the most, but I put myself out there in so many different fields and positions, more than people would think, more than I even remember. Like I blacked out half of them of me being like, hey, can I work at your retail store? Like literally.
No, you did it all.
I asked everything and there was this point where I'm like, why is nothing giving?
Yeah.
Even things like outside of being an artist, like why is nothing like fully?
Yeah.
And it was
talk about those two different paths that like we also can go on a tangent on is like when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, when you're moving in alignment,
I believe that.
The opportunities reveal themselves to you. And so you even said to me, and you in this moment of feeling like you don't have oxygen, in this moment where you're feeling like I'm really struggling creating because I can't fucking vibe in this world. What am I supposed to do? What is going to reveal itself to me? And that's when I feel like you can speak to this more. It's like when you're like, okay, shit, do I need to go into a bit more secure situation? Or do I keep going down this freelance path? You were exploring both at the same time. And you're like, okay, now tell me what is the right one. Because when you were just exploring freelance, like you said, it wasn't revealing. It wasn't working. It wasn't responding. We say this a lot. Your output was not the same as your input, which we all deserve equal. If anything,
exactly,
our input is supposed to be more abundant so we can output even more abundantly. But
yes, it's an exchange. But it was confusing, and I know this sounds really... There's times where I clock myself and like, you sound ridiculous. But I was like, do I need to go back to dancing? And I hate saying it like that because people are like, what do you mean? Do I have to go? Like, because it's such a hard thing that it's not a given. So many people are after it. And I'm not saying it like it's not hard. I'm just saying like that was something in my personal life that flowed. 100%. In my life, in my experience, it flowed for me. I don't know why, and I'm not trying to say it's because of this or that. It was something that it felt there was a sense of ease of progression and trajectory. And getting off that road, that is not what I experienced. I was like, is that where I'm supposed to be? But for some reason, I don't want to be there. So
We're talking about mission 1 again, everybody. Mission 1 is dancer.
Yes. It was something that flowed for me, but I didn't want to be there. So it was this confusing intersection of like,
it's aligning. It's actually, it's responding.
Like things come in and things progress, but
I don't feel that.
But I don't feel, and I don't know if that was just like my own thing I needed to work through and understand why, but it's like on a physical level, I'm like, I just don't want to be doing this right now.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel that spark. And I don't know, I think the identity thing is weird because I don't identify with really anything anymore. Even if someone's like, oh, he's a photographer. I'm like, no. Oh, I'm like, I hate identification. I feel like it's extremely limiting. And I think after I let go of the dancer label out of the pandemic, I never really wanted to attach any label again. And it's not like a active thing. I just lost that kind of ego construct of identification with what I do.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a double-edged sword because
you kind of need, like we talked about, you need identity and clarity to go after your mission.
And because I don't really have that, it's exactly kind of why the freelancing was kind of like not working. Because I don't think I was really convincing anyone. Do you know what I mean? Because I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah. And like you said, there's a world in which when you, we don't have to go into it, but when you say you don't believe in identification, I'm sensing maybe because it's just who I am, but you also know, I feel like that's coming from a place of, to your point, a little bit of wounds because you don't know the identity that you used to be identified as, that you used to identify yourself in, no longer resonated with you. It actually didn't feel like an identity you wanted to put on every single day. Because that doesn't work anymore, you're like actually resenting. It's like when, no offense, people who are not religious, but like when you're in a religion, you're no longer in a religion. You actually don't believe in religion. You resent it, which I kind of believe sometimes I am, but I also am trying to not be because religion can serve people. But more or less, that's kind of it, right? Where you're like, I don't believe in identity because then you just said it. You were like, I know that this came from a place because I actually don't know what I want to identify with quite yet, which I think is a beautiful thing to admit to yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely that. I don't know.
And that's okay.
I know that I have things happening in my noggin.
Oh yeah.
But the goal and the aspiration's not clear, and that's okay.
Hence where we ended up now, which is a beautiful 9-to-5 corporate career.
I love it. I'm grateful for it. It's within my authentic means and capabilities in an environment that I have an understanding and knowledge of.
Yeah.
And I can use my experience to apply it to everything I'm doing. And I like my team and my coworkers and my boss. So it's a really beautiful thing right now. Where it goes, I don't know, but I'm happy that I don't have to know right now. And I can just put food on the table for the time being.
We love. We're in a break.
And that's enough for me right now.
We love. We're going to break on that beautiful note of it being enough. And we're going to get dessert. And then we're going to talk about some sweet stuff.
Okay.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Also, for everybody to know, is my brother and I are Italian. So this was also a very appropriate meal. So we're going to be having.
And we're also Lebanese. So the dessert kind of nods to
both.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay, talk about that while I go grab the dessert.
Sure. We just hit pause.
And pause. Okay, so now we have, like you said, inspiration from Gorge. That is the baklava. Our poor Lebanese relatives are rolling in their grave by that. Loves it. Here I have a cheesecake, which looks crazy. This is also from our favorite place. We can shout them out.
Yeah. Can we?
I think we can.
Okay, it's on you.
What's the name of it again?
You remember? Sitar.
Oh my. beeping God. That is so good.
That we could say that.
Just to be less dramatica. It is. So I don't know if everybody that I have on this show is going to do what we're doing where we eat each other's cakes, but we're siblings.
I think it'd be cute if it was like trade, but like you might not know everyone like that.
Very real.
It's okay.
Good, right?
Yeah, it's good. Very good. What flavor?
I don't know, but it's fucking amazing. Okay, well, so we ended on why you ended up in this job.
What's happening here?
It's not going smooth.
It's not cutting well at all.
Do you need a knife?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, hold on.
Pause.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's not really long. Well, he made his way back up.
Of course he did.
Because I don't want to say our son because that's weird.
Yes, it is.
It's a weird like me. I'm auntie technically, right?
Yeah, aunties.
I'm auntie. So, okay.
What? Do you feel like mother?
Sometimes. Honestly, I teeter between mother, auntie, and girlfriend.
Oh. That's weird.
Oh.
Okay, continue.
Continue. We were talking about you getting into this job and how it's created a sense of stability. It's giving you some oxygen back.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way you said that. I think that was very beautiful. It is true when we all feel like we are truly in a state where we're trying. I know so many of my friends, so many of my community, myself included, there's moments in our careers where we feel like we so badly want to do our own thing. We so badly want to create, but like the clarity isn't there. And then on top of it, we said it many times, surviving this world is not easy right now. Also, living in a state of lack and fear does not also create.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be spiritual about it. So there's a like twofold element of it. So you've created this beautiful sense, which a lot of people also don't. You got so lucky because you were one of your roles as a freelancer was working front desk at this place that happened to have this position, and you worked very, very hard to get it. And I'm very proud of you. Now you have this beautiful ability to have this oxygen to create space to start getting clear. And you have so much time because you're probably going to get clear and then you're going to get unclear again. Lord knows we always do that, right? Like, heck, I am too. And it doesn't matter probably where you are in your career. Some people can relate to that. So at this moment in time, based off of what you discovered about yourself over the last few years freelancing and the things that you worked on, the moments you've been said during this conversation are things that I know very well that ignites you, brings you into this place of like true flow. What are you enjoying doing right now? That's question number one. Outside of this 9 to 5, what is sparking you? Part one. Part two. Actually, we're going to start at part one. I'm not getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay. What's sparking me? Pop music.
Yeah. So real.
Sue me. But I think we're in a pop renaissance right now. Kind of how we were in the early 2000s when I was too young to really like appreciate it all.
So you can look back at the archives and know what it meant.
I mean, I was alive. I just,
You were mere 5.
A lot of that came out like 2008, 2011.
Okay, so 8 or 11 years old. Okay, a little bit more mature.
I definitely have a grasp of it.
Totally.
But
not me being ageist.
It's not.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think it creates a lot of like just playful distraction, as I think it's designed to.
Yeah.
And inspiration. And inspiration doesn't mean like I want to do the same thing, but just gets you through your days.
Yeah.
And especially with the world we're in right now. So that's been one. Another has been rave culture a little bit. I feel like it connects me to my body again in a way that's, honestly, for lack of a better word, mindless. Um, and I mean that in like I'm in my body in a way that feels just like kind of freedom.
Yeah.
And safe. It connects me to my musical like primal response.
To movement.
Yeah, without caring what it looks like.
Totally.
In spaces that are very safe and freeing. So that's something that sparks inspiration, as I know it does for a lot of people right now and a lot of my peers. Home has been one, creating this. And Dwayne's the like eternal.
You guys. Oh, we're not looking at the camera.
But he's also starving. I promise we feed him. It's just,
Do not Salt Child Protective Services on us, please.
it's just been a crazy day.
It's been a crazy day.
Yeah, that's what I have to say.
I love it. Do you feel like, I think I'm bringing this up because I also know your gifts and talents, and also I feel like people listening have picked up on this, but you have a beautiful knack for, which actually I don't know if this revealed itself. I just know this, and I'll speak to this because I've seen it. But you have this amazing ability to direct movement, and that's not just like choreographing. It's like you have this ability, even tonight when we were setting this up, like guiding me to like be in a certain position. Like you just have this beautiful perspective, which I'm curious if you want to little tee up, is like what you're loving about pop music right now is the intuition behind what is happening in the things that are being created and the things that it's provoking. And you're seeing something that I don't know if people naturally see because of your gifts. I'm going to say that because I can see this from the outside looking in. Do you feel like the things that are inspiring you just for fun and play, because you have that luxury now because it's 9 to 5, do you feel like because those things are coming to light, it's giving you a little bit of like, so to speak, a little bit of clarity? Again, you don't have to be clear right now, but is it giving you a little bit of clarity on potentially the avenue in which you can move in?
Yeah, I feel I kind of have this thing brewing of being a director. I don't know exactly what that means yet. But I know that's brewing. And I would love to work with musical artists like that and be a part of how their ideas manifest. I think what I love about pop culture and these artists in this medium is it's such a reflection of the time.
Yeah.
And it's ever moving and ever changing. And I know everything you could say has that in life, but specifically that kind of work and art is very conversational.
I love the way
and short form, and I'd rather work on things within a shorter time frame than.
So short form is in workflow process, or short form is in content output? Both?
Maybe both.
Interesting. I have my thoughts on
I mean, the idea of working on like a film.
Yeah.
And the longevity of like how that comes to light sounds really fulfilling.
Yeah.
But I think, and I don't think that's just because of the world we live in. I just think my personality type thrives with things that are short-lived in the sense of the creative energy around it and
I
behind
mean,
it.
it's a personality thing or a generational, not even generational, but it is like what everyone's experiencing right now is that our attention span is fucked. That's a whole other podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
And it could be that.
Do you see value in long form? Do you think we're just not trained right now? We have to retrain ourselves to be in long form. We're going on a whole other tangent, but yes,
That's a whole nother.
whole other tangent. But it's sparking something in you. Do you feel like, okay, so my last question, which kind of piggybacks off of this, and I'm going to ask everybody this. Not only am I going to ask everybody this, it's like I have been asking everybody this. It's my favorite question to ask people when I get to know them. Honestly, if you've met me in the last couple months since I moved to New York or just been around me, oh, hello. I asked this question and the answers are great. If resources were not a thing, talk about oxygen. You had all the oxygen in the room. You don't have to worry about it. What are you doing tomorrow? And some caveats, because I've gotten some answers without this. They go, shopping spree. Well, of course. Some people would do that. Travel the world. Great. Travel the world. After all of that, if traveling the world is what you want to do, regardless, great. If you want to shop till you drop because you're a fashionista, great. Let's all those things aside. You've done it all. What are you doing tomorrow?
Wow.
Being
I'm a little. What am I doing tomorrow?
walking him.
My pride and joy
Yeah.
on the streets of Bushwick.
On the streets of Bushwick.
Yeah, the first thing that comes up is being on set.
Okay. Wait, I love this.
Yeah, I want to be on set.
What's your role?
Directing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of the simple truth of the answer, I guess.
And you might not need to know, but you know what you're directing?
No.
Love that. Okay. You don't have to know.
I don't know. No, but I do love that space. Yeah, and I like the community of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the energy of it. Also being responsible for the energy that sets the tone of the day.
Yeah. So that's actually the last thing is like, what, obviously you would want to do that, but what's the piece of advice you would give yourself to be able to make that happen? Like if you were like your own mentor.
If I had to give advice to someone who wanted that, is essentially what you're saying. I would say that's a hard question.
It's okay. If it's too hard to answer that one, let's go to my part 2 of it. What advice would you give your younger self?
My younger self?
Yeah.
Got me.
I got you. Is it the time of night or is it just, I don't know.
It's also this purring worm. What is she doing?
If you guys are watching, this is the worm we deal with.
What are you doing?
He's insane.
I think I'm gonna go back to part A.
Okay.
I think I would say I really believe things happen through like a practice of a way of living. And I think being a creative, which you could say anyone is, it's part of being human, is committing to this playfulness and this daily practice in minute things. It doesn't mean you have to have a product every day, but it's just this, it's kind of why I'm obsessed with certain artists right now, is because you can tell they're so tapped into that pure channel of creative energy. And it's a muscle. And it's like a practice like yoga or your favorite workout or whatever. And I think it's about finding ways to be in that young, playful perception, having your eyes wide open and just living life kind of as like a piece of art. And I think sometimes I like, not in a performative way. I think it's in an intentional way, and then it's in an aware, eyes wide open kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I would say, is just to commit to that, and then the rest kind of will unfold, and you'll find people who are in similar frequencies as you.
Wow.
So I'm not saying I do that, but
it's hard to.
I know what it feels like, and I'm not saying you can achieve it every day or every time, but and I think it's important when it's not for the goal of a product or something to be seen. It's truly because it's like a way of living.
Totally.
So that's what I would say. Just commit to that intention.
I love it, John. It's amazing. I appreciate that. It's actually really inspiring. It's something that I haven't heard you say before.
Really?
Yeah. It's really
Cool.
I love it. Well,
There you
thank you,
go.
brother,
Thanks, sister.
for being on. Say bye, Beans.
Say bye. Say bye. Do you want to go for a walk?
And with that,
Scene.
scene.
Say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.